Hey, financial developers, it's Ryan here. I hope you're having a great day. So, we're going to take out a little issue. Pretty much, when you get to the end of the day, don't you ever feel sometimes like you just haven't gotten everything you wanted to get done? Well, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can get more time out of your day. And before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you want to get more financial and lifestyle content. You can also make sure to follow us on TikTok or Instagram. We post daily on there as well. So if you want to get more content, you can go ahead and follow those. I'll make sure to leave links right down in the description below. Also, if you enjoy content like this, please make sure to hit that like button. It really just lets me know that you guys want to see more of this type of content. All right, so let's get into the video. So the way I see it, there's really two schools of thought when trying to make more time out of your day. The first school of thought is really going to be the harder one, where it's pretty much going to be cutting out the amount of time it takes you to do your daily activities. So that's going to be things like sleeping. If you normally sleep for 9 hours, you can directly go ahead and make more time in your day, right? By cutting out an extra hour of sleep. And now instead of sleeping 9 hours, you only sleep 8 hours, but you directly get that one extra hour to go ahead and do other things in your day. And I know this first school of thought might seem a little obvious, right? Well, of course, if you sleep 8 hours, just sleep 6, and now you get 2 extra hours. But it is just one school of thought that I want to make sure we take a look at, because the idea is, well, what if you still want to sleep 8 hours, right? So the second school of thought is really being intentional with the things that you want to do. And there are different ways that you want to go ahead and be intentional. There's different strategies that you can go ahead and try. And I'm going to go ahead and share them with you, things I've found that help for me and other things that I've also tried that might also help you. Again, the second school of thought is really just being intentional with the time that you currently have. Right, so a couple of things I've looked at is maybe taking the next hour that you have. So if it's currently 8 o'clock, take a look out an hour ahead to 9 o'clock. Now, what goals do you want to go ahead and accomplish between that 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock period? That way, even if other things pop up in your day, no matter what happens, you know you can get that one task done. And you can try and break down your tasks in that sort of way, where if you have to, I don't know, let's say go ahead and pick up coffee, at Starbucks, go pick up your daily Starbucks coffee, and that's the one task you want to go ahead and get done. Whatever happens before 9, you have to go ahead and get that one task done, right? Or if you need to go ahead and get a homework assignment done, and maybe it's a more complex homework assignment, you can break that assignment up into different parts. And no matter what happens by 10, you go ahead and devote that 9 to 10 hour time into getting that one task done. And you can go ahead and break it into smaller and smaller parts if you want to. But this is just an idea where you go ahead and be intentional with, okay, it is currently 9 o'clock and I want to get this done by 10. What tasks do I need to do in order to accomplish the overall, that one sort of objective, right? And even with doing this can be a little tough to do with other tasks, right? Like let's say you have an assignment where you just don't know how long it's going to take you to do, or you just have a task where it's a brand new task you've never done, and you don't really have a good estimate on, okay, this is most likely going to take me an hour, but if I make sure to just really knock it out, I can try and get it done in a half hour, right? Maybe it's, again, a new task that you're trying to do, then that's fine. Then go ahead and take a look at other tasks that you want to get done in the day, and go ahead and just really be intentional with that, right? So if you're gonna go cook, just go ahead and try and cook as hard as you can for the next 10 minutes and just knock out that cooking. So like that, when you go and eat, you're also just knocking it out, just chewing down your food 5 minutes in, and then you're done. So you've cooked and eaten in 15 minutes, right? So really just being intentional with the time that you have. If you decide to go take a shower, you can go ahead and pretty much go ahead and take a shower and try to be done by, you can try the trick where you go ahead and play a song and you're done taking a shower by the end of that song, right? So there's little tricks to help you really realize the amount of time it's taking you to do these different tasks. Again, just being really intentional with the time that you do have. And that's why I think the one trick where you go ahead and look from 8 to an hour from now, 9, whatever, and an hour out will help you see, okay, this is the amount of time that I have to go ahead and do this one thing, and you're able to focus on that one thing. Something else that you can also do, again, this one's going to be less with your day-to-day tasks, your daily tasks like showering, eating, things of that nature, and it's going to be more of like your actual tasks that you need to get done for other events, either for work or for school or for other things that you want to do in your life. And something I like to do is use a sticky note. So for that morning, if you're having breakfast or if you're meditating, whatever it is that your morning routine is, you go ahead and just sit down for about 60 seconds to 2 minutes and go ahead and just write down 3 to 5 different things that you know you have to get done by the end of the day. So no matter what happens, you go ahead and you see that list and you see, okay, these are the things that I still need to get done. So you can kind of keep it in the back of your head that no matter what time it is, if you're looking at the time, oh man, I still have 3 more tasks I need to get done. I've only crossed out 2. So you know that somewhere in that day, you have to go ahead and incorporate these other 3 different tasks, right? So again, really just writing down different goals that you want to accomplish for the day. And another great idea too, from sort of this goal-oriented setting of writing your goals down, you can also use a journal. go ahead and use a journal or even a loose leaf sheet of paper and write down the goals that you want to get done for the week. And you can also look at it from a week out perspective, and using that sheet of paper to really keep you on track for your daily goals, so that each day that you're going to go and write down your daily goal on your sticky notes, you can pretty much just take most of the tasks that you have set for that week to help you towards building your daily goals. And again, vice versa, the daily goals are meant to help you with your weekly goals that you want to go ahead and accomplish. Something else that I've also found to be very helpful, especially with a lot of the musicians that I've met, is pretty much timing yourself. So if you're going to go ahead and, let's say, work out at the gym and you know you only have an hour, then you go ahead and put your timer for 1 hour or 60 minutes, and you go ahead and hit start. So every time, you're in between sessions, or, you're going to go get a drink of water, you see the amount of time you actually have left. And at some point you're like, oh man, I only have a half hour, so I need to go do this and this and this. And it makes you realize the amount of time that it really takes you to do something. So over time, this is more with going to be your habitual habits, right? So hitting the gym, taking a shower, cooking, things of that nature, you can sort of get a grasp on, okay, last time it took me a half hour, maybe I need to schedule more time for when you're planning out your day, or maybe I can try and schedule out less time if you just need to be a little more intentional, maybe move a little faster between stations and things of that nature. You can, of course, also use like an actual planner. So what I have is just like an open notebook, just lines. But you can also go ahead and use a planner that has dates for you. Though I've personally found that actually doesn't really help me, because I'll start sort of judging myself on, oh man, I didn't really get that one task done on that one day, and now I have to go ahead and, like, I wrote it in pen, so I have to go ahead and now try and move that day to the next day or the next day sort of thing. So that's why I actually like to use the sticky notes one, because I can kind of take a refresh on, okay, there might be tasks you don't complete on that sticky note, right? But then it's sort of, you can see it as a new day, as what tasks do I really need to get done today? The tasks that are most important, that take the highest priority, that need to get done today, you go ahead and you write it down. And they can still be simple things too, but pretty much you want to go ahead and try and accomplish all the tasks on the sticky note, and then any other tasks you go ahead and write on that 1 week sheet that you have, in your folder. And pretty much every day you go ahead and you can also pick out things from that weekly thing that you want to get done that you can add towards your sticky note as well. One last idea I wanted to share with you guys on pretty much being more intentional with the time. You can try and make pretty much like a little habit list that you go ahead and execute either in the mornings or at night, or both. This is something I actually do like to do, where I have written down on my calendar, like on like a whiteboard, where I know I think it's 5 or 6 tasks that I do every single morning when I wake up, as well as 5 to 6 tasks every single time right before I go to bed. So usually I'll block out about an hour before I want to go to bed, just so I can do those 5 to 6 different tasks. Because a lot of things that we want to do can also be long term. So if we do those tasks just once every single day, those are little steps forward into the right direction and working towards the goal that you want to go ahead and accomplish. So if you just have one goal of reading an entire book, right, you can go ahead and pretty much place it so you have 10 minutes before you go to bed where you go ahead and read. And over time, that's going to add up to having read an entire book. So now you're really looking at your time, and again, being intentional with the time of, okay, you know what, instead of spending those extra 10 minutes on my phone, on social media, I'm going to go ahead and just pick up a book and go ahead and read, or other things of that nature. If there's maybe a subject that you're really trying to study and you're just not too good at, that's fine. Just go ahead and take an extra 10 minutes and maybe practice that. Or if you want to go ahead and start your side hustle, no problem at all. It really just takes 10 minutes of your day to go ahead and just work towards that goal. And of course, you can extend this to an hour, 2 hours, however long you want. But the idea is that little by little, every single day, you're also working towards your longer term goals. That might be a week out, or perhaps a couple months out, or even a year out, because every day is a step in the right direction. You can also try and use perhaps both a sheet of paper and a sticky note, where they're both for your day. So you can use the sticky note as like your emergencies need to be done today, and then your loose leaf of paper can be the other tasks that you would like to get done today, but it's flexible enough to where you can push back to later in the week. I personally actually enjoy this sort of approach, because it allows for that fluidity throughout the day. Because there's going to be some days, like just the other day, we had some flooding in our apartment, and we did not anticipate that, and that took out an extra hour of the day, right? So I personally enjoy it because it allows for that fluidity throughout your days, because some days it's just not going to go as you plan, and that's okay. You sort of want to plan for these unplanned days, right? And that way, with this sort of fluid sort of method of sticky note and another sheet of paper, or you can use a notebook and sticky note sort of thing, but pretty much just seeing your priorities, okay, whatever happens, I need to get these 3 tasks done And if I have additional time, I can go ahead and get these other tasks done. But despite the day being ended and I wasn't able to get those other tasks done, perhaps in the notebook or the sheet of paper or whatever, the number one priorities were completed for the day. And that way you can still feel, a sense of accomplishment of, okay, I completed this task, this other task, and this last task. So to recap, there's really two schools of thought when going and trying to be more effective with your time. So that's going to be literally cutting out the amount of time it takes you to do things that are planned, right? So that's going to be, again, sleeping, maybe cutting down on some sleep. But, if you're most people, you want to have your nice beauty sleep of 8 hours, and that's totally fine. Then the other school of thought, but the other school of thought would just be to just be really intentional with your time. If you're walking from point A to point B, maybe walk a little faster. That saves you an extra 5 minutes. And 5 minutes every single day, that'll add up. 35 minutes, that's an extra half hour, each week that you can go ahead and maybe do another task that you've wanted to do. All right, so it's really just being intentional with the time that you do have to go and just execute, but also allowing a bit of fluidity throughout the days, because, not every day is going to go as planned. And also remember, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself so much on, oh, I didn't accomplish all the tasks that I wanted to get done. Like, really just prioritize what tasks is that have to be done today and go from there. If today you have a little extra time at the end of the day, cool, you go ahead and accomplish some other tasks you want to get done. But, if today was one of those days where you had flooding in your apartment or, you had a flat tire driving to work, it happens, right? So I personally like to see it as allow some fluidity throughout your day. And just don't judge yourself so hard if you haven't accomplished everything you wanted to, because at the end of the day, if there's just one task that you completed in the day, that is still a successful day. It's a step towards the right direction, towards the goal that you want to end up in. Thank you guys for taking a look at how to get more time out of your day. I hope some of these methods are helpful. Please make sure to comment below if there's any methods that you use. Let me know if there's some methods that you haven't heard of, but you finally heard of in this video. I'll be glad to hear if you tried them and hopefully they worked for you. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to hit that like button. And again, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It'd mean a lot to me, as well as don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already, if you want to go ahead and get additional financial daily content, as well as some mental positivity throughout your day. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember, today's a great day to have a great day, so have a great day. Thanks for watching.